Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Time with Jesus, and I always still like to throw the truck talk in there. Hold on a second, let me adjust this. If I was downstairs, it'd be great, but I'm upstairs in my living room, dining room, which means I'm home still. So, hey, I guess this is you know what's weird? When I'm in the truck, I'm more comfortable. when I'm here, it's like up in the living room, I get kind of like looking around like, But if I'm downstairs, I'm comfortable. And at the end of this video, I'm going to walk you around the toy room a little bit and just, I made some changes. And just to, sometimes we think we know people and we judge people accordingly, what we think and what we know. But, I don't care what people say. And obviously me showing you a toy room isn't, I'm not being boastful or anything like that, but you got to look at it. And I'm sorry if this thing's going crooked. I'm trying to keep it straight, but it's not seeming to be working. But maybe it's not on your end, but it looks crooked on my end. But I show you this because I can show you what God's able to do, and the peace, the restoring that I've been talking about. He's restoring stuff in our lives. Now, I'm not saying if you're a woman and you're gonna get a Barbie that you had back, but he may. I mean, look at what he's restored in my life and the ventures that I had going on to receive these things. It's just amazing. So that being said, I don't know. I've been reading a lot of emails. I've been responding to a lot of emails, and I've been coming off trying to respond to things and bring those things into there. I have a person that asked me about to do it. I said it'd probably be best if I do a video. I always ask first, and they said yes, they agree. So after this, there might be another one loaded on before I get to that one, but I am going to do it. Basically, how I feel about what this person asked me about the Egyptians, pyramids, and stuff like that. Only thing I can say is strap down for that roller coaster ride, because I look at things different. I'm not saying I'm different than anybody else, but or I'm better. I should say better than anybody else, because I really do believe we're all different. I believe I'm a different person today than I was yesterday, and I'm grateful for the things that I have. And I'm not selfish or greedy in any ways. I mean, even in my sinister days, I did good for people. But that's not what I'm on here to talk about. The election took place Tuesday. Today's Thursday, which would be the 7th. November 7th, 2024. Some of us may be excited. Some of us may be sad. Some of us may go, he cheated. I mean, Darlene spoke yesterday that this happened, that somebody was saying he cheated, because a lot of people don't like Trump. They don't like Trump for the reasons that, he stops the free stuff, he stops the stimulus stuff, and all these nonsense things. People, there's plenty of jobs out there. And you may say, no, your children's been looking for jobs, or your spouse was looking for a job, or your boyfriend's been looking for a job. Then you please explain to me how all these people that came over illegally are working in places. Now, the sad part is a lot of these people are going to lose jobs because, Trump's going to take them out of here. And I agree, but I also agree that they should be legally allowed to come. If we have the housing for them and the ability to them to be able to work, and I'm not talking this free money and all that kind of stuff, because it's not right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And I know some people are going to disagree with this. I believe this is the land of America. This is the land of the brave. This is the land of the free. And I believe in the Constitution. I believe that we should uphold these things. I don't go around messing with people's gun laws. I don't care if you carry a gun. I don't care if you carry a gun concealed. Because let me tell you right now, the gun didn't kill anybody. It's the person that killed the person. So I can lay a firecracker on a table and a lighter, all day long, and that thing is not going to blow up. As soon as somebody picks up that lighter and sees that firecracker and lights it, you can hold a firecracker in your hand, a very firecracker, just a little tiny firecracker. You can hold it in your hand flat. It may burn you, it may hurt, but it's not going to blow your hand off. You enclose that same firecracker, your hand is going to be in bad shape. What does that have to do with anything today? Everything. Because if we hold hatred that tight and make the fist, raise it up. Let me tell you right now, there's no different than raising a fist up than doing the Nazi thing that everybody claims it's Nazi. I don't care if it's Nazi. I don't care what your hatred is. I don't care what your disagreement is. We need to agree on one thing, that God is God and Jesus is Jesus, and Jesus is here to rescue us if we surrender. Lately, people, I've done like 5 videos, maybe 6 now. I got one on here now, so there's 7 that I have not uploaded, and I deleted them. I deleted them because the one I basically was just emotions of myself and the things that I was going through, and comparing it to the Bible and where we're at. And the other ones I spoke on, I just felt the Lord said it wasn't time yet. And so I'm obedient. But yet I can't store all this stuff on there. I know some people say get one of those chips. I don't know if this phone's even capable of putting one of them memory card things in there, stored on cloud. When you say cloud, I look up at the sky and thinking a cloud like that. I mean, I'm not technology to that point in life, and nor do I, and I'm trying to not take anything away from anybody. I'm glad some of you people know how to do all that stuff. I just care not to, and that's just my preference. I mean, my thing is my mindset is adventures to me was imagination. I believe things and I see things because I can believe. I can believe from a child to where I am today. It's sad that people take me wrong. It's sad how people have come against me. It is sad that people only see what they want. And because I speak in a tongue that they receive it as however they receive it. I don't know. I mean, only you know your intentions. Just because somebody sends a video or somebody sends a picture or somebody sends something and asks things. I mean, I don't, if you're asking my opinion, I'll give you the opinion because you're asking for it. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I can't believe somebody actually wants my opinion on something. But I got to watch. I got to grab a hold of that balloon before it floats away because that leads into that pride stage. And I don't want to ever get there. I was there before. Way before YouTube, way before any of these things. And I did say this on, it might be on one of the other videos I did too. But if not, you're going to hear it again. I was always trying to please the world. Trying to please people to accept me, to like me. And it exhausted me. And even at the nursing home, I opened doors up to people that burnt me. And the sad part is I hear them speak about what I did to them. I'm one person, things were the way they were before I even took possession of things, and I'm not going down a rabbit trail. I'm just bringing my thoughts up to you. And I'm going to bring all this into why I even came on here to do this video. We're quick to look at everybody else's life. We're quick to think that Donald Trump is going to save us. Donald Trump can only do with what he's capable of doing here on this earth. The only saving we have is Jesus Christ. Now, Donald Trump can make America good. He did it. Are we going to see gas prices hike? I'm hoping not, because I got to go out today and I'm going to fill up the car and I got to fill up Darlene's truck before I leave and check her oil and antifreeze and washer fluid and all that happy-go-lucky stuff. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. I don't, she knows how to do it. I don't expect her to go out and check the oil. I don't expect her to look at her tires and look at things. She hears a noise. I don't get upset with her. I think sometimes when I go, man, it's not that I'm upset with her telling me, and I never want her to feel like that I'm thinking that. And my thing is, my gosh, we paid all that money for that truck. And it's one issue after the next, and you get frustrated. I mean, that's life, people. You buy something used, and you got to expect. Just like the car we just bought. Not even, I think it's 60 days now, 90 days. Unbelievable. Check engine lights on. Did the video coming home? Yes, Tuesday. And that's one of the ones I'm going to think about before I post it. And I was saying, my AC went out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, the stuff that... And now the brakes are squealing, so I'm going to have to look at the pads because we're getting ready to get on winter time here in good old Northeast Ohio. It blows my mind. I mean, it's just totally... I just want to get frustrated. I just want to go back to the dealership and go, But the one thing I didn't do, I didn't test drive the car. I sat in the passenger seat. There were some things I was feeling, but I didn't bring it up because, my thing is, does Darlene like the car? Because at that point, I was going to take the truck because of the issues the trucks had. And then I'm thinking, no, I'll fix the issues. She likes the truck. It was a birthday gift. And I'm not going to make her settle for something, even though she likes the car or whatever, didn't like the car, didn't matter. It was the best option. But you see where I'm going with this. I'm not holding that car going, well, you picked it out. You test drove it. I'm not doing any of that because that's wrong. I could have said something. She would have listened to me. We could have walked out of there. One particular time, I almost started to call her back up and turn around because she forgot the checkbook and said, hey, just meet me outside. Just get in the car. Let's go. We're not buying this car. And I believe that kind of at times that, but I went and got the checkbook because I felt good about the car. I still feel good about the car, but was that a sign from God that she forgot the checkbook? I believe so. Because I put a lot of great talk about the guy that owns the company. And we're going to give you a great deal because you're a returning customer. You used to work here. They didn't give me any kind of deal. Any. They charged me regular price. Where's the deal in this? So you just think about it. You go off of what we believe is in front of our face, and we go off of what we're looking at, people, we're going nowhere. Because if we don't hold God to the higher God that he is, we don't hold Jesus to the respect, the level that we should give Jesus, we're going nowhere. Nowhere fast. Oh, I was going to say, what is in the bottom there? That box is cardboard. Take the cardboard up to recycle it. I got a lot of boxes. I've been opening stuff, and it's that time of year, holiday, Christmas. I love that word, Christmas. I remember a while back when I started saying Merry Christmas to people, they looked at me like, what? Yeah, you heard me? No, it's Christmas. No, it's Christmas. Because without Christ, the Mass is nothing. If you just say Merry Xmas, you're taking Christ out of it. So if you take Christ out of it, we have no resurrection. We have no hope. Well, no, I'm not taking Christ out of it. It's just easier to put Merry Xmas. Well, I don't like it. It's offensive. So can I sue you now? Do I get a legal right for that? I mean, we look at the holidays. I had a person contact me on email and sent me, they didn't like the fact that what I said about holidays, Juneteenth and all that kind of stuff. And they felt that we shouldn't, because we're white people, we shouldn't be able to enjoy their day. And I said, what about President's Day? You guys had a problem with President's Day? George Washington's birthday and that kind of stuff. Well, he's a founder of the United States, whether we agree or not. Well, he's a racist. He was a slave owner. So was everybody else. Let me tell you something about slavery. Do you follow Jesus Christ as your Lord, personal Savior? Truly follow him? Do you truly read? Do you truly devote? Do you truly walk like Christ? Christian, is Christ-like? Do you gossip? Do you start rumors? Do you join in on gossip? Do you do good deeds and think that's going to get you into heaven? Do you seek man's approval before God's? If you can answer yes to these questions, let me tell you something, you're in slavery. You're in slavery to Lucifer. Slavery's way before, I hate to break your bubble here, way before the African Americans, or American Africans, whatever you want to say, I'm okay with it. I'm okay if you call me cracker. I'm okay if you call me honky. I'm okay if you call me the piece of garbage. I'm okay you call me whatever you want. You know why? Because it's words. I have to believe it. I can't be offended by what you say because I don't believe it. Yes, I got my butt kicked every week, weeks after weeks after week when I was 15 years old and robbed. Doesn't mean I hate the skin color. It's impossible to hate a skin color because what somebody did. And I understand what you're saying. I agree. And I'm glad. And forgive me, I don't remember her name. I used to. I'm glad that she sat in front of that bus and said, no, I don't care what you do to me. Basically, I'm using my own words. I'm glad. And I'm glad Abraham Lincoln took the bullet to free you. So not all white people can be bad. Now that's enough of that. We're coming to the end of 2024. We're in November. We're getting ready to celebrate what I like. To me, is happy moments was Thanksgiving. I loved Thanksgiving as a child because we turn on the parade and I'd sit there, and a lot of it, I didn't like all the singing and that kind of stuff. I liked the floats. And I didn't like the public view of the people singing. They'd lip sing anyways. What different? Why do I really care? Some of my favorite balloons was Snoopy. The Grinch. But the Grinch came later on. Be honest, I just remember Snoopy and Santa Claus at the end. I really don't. Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog was in the floats one too back then. Isn't that something? And today, Snoopy, you'll see when we go downstairs, Snoopy's a big part. I mean, I got doubles of things, but to me it's doubles, but it's different toy. Some of you may remember the biggest joke of all time, Snoopy Snow Cone Machine, that they just came back out with. I got two of them, but one of them's a crank's on the top and the other one's a crank in the back. I later on found out the one in the back, I believe, I got this right. It might be the one on the top, but I think it's the one in the back, the crank in the back, is the original one. The crank on the top is the newer one. Don't know. We never really had one, but I remember kids having some, and the grinder thing in there, and really it's kind of freaking dangerous. I mean, really, you think about it, it's like a cheese, like a grater. How you grate vegetables and stuff on them. Ones that stand up, it's got the handle on top, and they got grater inside those things. You put your hands in there and screw it around. I mean, I think there should be warning signs on that thing. It's like, dang. I was messing with the other day. I was looking in there going, let me get a pencil. This is what I do. I stick a pencil in there and I'm like, this thing's crazy. Can you imagine a little kid shove their brother or sister's hand in there and turn that bad boy? If you got some, you may want to watch your kids, your grandkids, and all that with those things. It's amazing. Speaking of grandkids, Darlene was talking this morning about prayer, and we were talking about it being sanctified under one, even though the other one isn't there. Does that mean they go to heaven? And I know some people, I hear my oldest sister say she believes she's going to heaven. She believed my sister Robin was in heaven, and I had to finally tell her, Robin's not in heaven. Robin lived a sinister life. I mean, she didn't surrender to Christ. She died of an overdose. You may say, well, she repented. No, hell no, she didn't repent. And I say hell no because that's hell talking to you. But you notice what I said before I gave you the reason why I'm saying it, because I wonder how many people go, I'm not going to watch him no more. He cusses. Good point. Maybe you shouldn't. But then before you turn off this video, let me say this. Do you have bad thoughts about somebody? Do you gossip about somebody? Do you walk away and not and do harm to people by speaking craziness? If so, do you have anger against your children that you won't forgive? Do you have anger against family members, friends, your neighbors, or anything like that? If so, I guess I'll see you in hell. Correct me if I'm wrong. I guarantee you're going to sit there for a long time, and whatever you come up with, we'll have a conversation about it. And that's two adults. That's how we should act. We should be able to sit down at a table and talk about our differences of why we believe what we believe. Now, I know some of you may go, I disagree with what you say, and that's okay. Like I said, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree there's a hell. You don't have to agree there's a heaven. You know, I hear people say, you can't have a near-death experience because you're near death and see hell or see heaven. Okay. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, it could be. I don't necessarily mean, I think we categorize these things as near death because I believe the near death is you were near that deadline that you're not coming back. And God gave us an opportunity. Now, what gives me the opportunity to come back when somebody else didn't come back? See what I'm saying? So, why do they never come back? Because they're dead. I was near that deadline. But Jesus rescued me. Why? Because I believe it's what I said, show me. God, if you're real, show me. He didn't show me him, which I was disappointed. But later on, I realized he showed me his son, Jesus Christ. I was thankful. And Jesus didn't talk about his Father for a long time because he had to teach me him. So we need to stop playing this I'm better than everybody else, because at one time I thought I was like that, my reputation. And finally I had a girl come up to me, she goes, what reputation do you have? Oh, I was pissed. How dare you talk to me like that? You know what's funny? I ran into a couple people that I was in 6th grade with. They don't even remember me. You know how many years ago that was? Who are you? Look in the yearbook. I was in your class. And they was like, what was the school teacher's name? I said, Miss Hosfeld. I was one of the group that got sent downstairs to the male teacher down in the basement part of the school. I can't remember his name. But I said it was me, Matt Johnson, I think Mike McGee. I think he got sent down there. And I don't know who else. I know I was part of it. I think there was like 1 or 2 girls that got transferred down there. And I remember that day when I found out that I was one of the ones going down there. I was just in the principal's office, and I got my butt tore up by this principal. And for something I didn't even do. But I just got so sick of listening to his mouth, I just said I was guilty. And I took the most horrible beating that day. And I went up there. And normally I got to go and sit outside of his office on the chair, which had a cushion. And by the time he let me go to the classroom, it didn't hurt anymore. But I had to go straight back up to the classroom and sit down. I didn't want to sit down. My teacher made me sit down. As soon as I sat on that chair, it burned and stung so bad I just started crying. They thought I was crying because I had to leave the classroom. Well, yeah, I liked Miss Hausfeld. She was a very, very good teacher. She was nice to me. And I literally liked her. The students she had later on gave her a nervous breakdown, and she had to quit teaching. And it's sad because what a wonderful teacher they would have had. I mean, she made school fun, and it's sad what these kids growing up to do, and they think this is all right. And later on, I drove through Kenmore yesterday to go to the bank to get some money out, and I drove through there, and I remember where these apartment things are now was the school. Hemiger was the elementary school there. And I remember just playing there sometimes when I first moved in with my dad in 6th grade, before I even knew anybody. And you go back through memories, and you go back, and then I remember where the coffee shop was, where I found that food when I was homeless and ran down an alleyway behind. There's so many things that I think about, and I think about I actually went and stopped where the old toy store used to be, and being where the dumpster is, it's still there, whatever they're using it for today, I don't really know, but I remember standing there. There used to be the Crawford Bookbindery building right in front of it. And where my dad's apartment building was, we were apartment 4, I think, or A. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, if it was C or if it was actually apartment 4. I don't quite remember now. I lived in so many buildings and apartments. It's crazy. But I remember looking up at that window, and I seen my dad, and I waved because there was a big box of toys in there. And I was trying to get it out. Some guy come by. He was digging through there. And he said, "What you got over there?" And I didn't want to tell him because I didn't want him to take him. But he helped me get the box out. And he opened the box up and finished looking in there. He goes, "You can have it." And I'm thinking, phew. But then I'm digging through there real quick. And I'm trying to get that box. And so my dad didn't come over, but my stepmom did. And my stepmom helped me carry that box all the way to our apartment. And times I really was kind of at times mean to my stepmom. I'd make fun of her too, like the other kids would, my sisters and stuff. But in reality, in the end, I did everything to protect her from my father. And I'm sad when I found out how she died, and how long she was in that house before somebody found out that she was passed away. I can't take back yesterday, but I can change today, people. So can you. We're running out of time. I keep telling people to repent. I keep telling people to make their lives right. But only you can do this. Only you. Your husband could be the biggest Christian in the world. He's not going to get you into heaven. Your wife could be the biggest Christian in the world, and you're skating by on her shirt tail, but that's all you're doing is skate by. There's got to be a time when she's going into heaven, and there's going to be a time when you're going to be standing there in judgment. And maybe you'll make it, maybe you won't. Are you willing to take that choice? I've really been paying a lot of attention to what I've been watching lately. And I mentioned in one of the videos that I didn't end up putting on there that some of these toy hunting shows, they're buying these Ouija boards, these evil movies, and all this stuff, and glorifying this stuff, and I just can't. I can't watch it because I even commented on there. Don't buy them. Don't buy them Ouija boards. And then 80s Toys Rocker, 80 Rock Toys, or whatever it is. It's got birth on there. He made a thing that he brought this thing in. It was a game called Satanic or something. And he was like, when I grew up, my mom, and he's laughing, joking, it brings demons, and it does bring demons, birth. Not that you're ever going to watch my videos, but maybe God will lead you. It does. I'm a living proof that it does. Ouija boards, all these things that you never used to do because, and you mentioned Froggy Flips a lot because Froggy collects horror stuff and Chucky and dolls and all this stuff, and he's got all kinds of them on his sets when he's doing his videos. I don't like that stuff because it's demons. How can you say you follow God but have demons all around you? You're following the wrong God is what you're following. It's not God the creator. It's the creation that God created that become fallen angels, deceivers, liars, like their father. Jesus spoke this in the Bible. Look it up. You'll find it. And then pray a little bit, and he'll lead you to another verse and another book. And before you know it, you're reading the Bible and don't even realize it. You're still alive. That's the amazing thing. You didn't die. It's not poison. Well, some people think it is. what we need to do right now is pray very hard that Donald Trump stays in that godly connection, that he stays doing the right things, because he too can fall quickly. I've said it before. The problem I have with Donald Trump is taking so much credit for himself, and the I. For the first time ever, we have this and this and this. Well, I don't know. I went back and looked at some of the stuff he said, and I can look at the examples of things and go, no, it was similar to Reagan's days, what we're going through, or I can relate back to a different president that accomplished similar to what he was saying. So there isn't a lot of firsts, but Americans spoke. It wasn't a fake election. He won this thing fair and square. It wasn't like the nonsense that we went through that people proved that the machines were rigged. They have proof. I mean, there for a moment, I thought Kamala was going to take it. Some of them states were close. And if they're counting him and he's not in the state, so how is it fake? I don't get it. I mean, it's from what I understand, it was all paper. So, I don't know. I don't really care. I just know that I know where we were with Donald Trump, and I know where we were these last 4 years now with the Biden administration and the Harris administration, and what she did as a vice president and what she would have done to us being a president. Nothing but destroy us even more. People, you know how bad we're hurting right now? I mean, it's like the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fights coming up. Mike Tyson may lose, but I guarantee you one thing, Jake Paul ain't going to be the same when he gets out of that ring. If he doesn't die. I watched a video on Tyson. My gosh. I mean, it's insane. And people keep saying, well, it's his age, he's slow, and this and that. It's Mike Tyson. That guy's got a punch that isn't going to quit. He still may lose. But is the pain and suffering worth it? Is what you're going through in life worth the pain and suffering because you don't want to believe in Christ? You don't want to believe that there's something else out there because your fleshly life, and that's the problem with some of my family. Their fleshly life controls them. I don't want to give up on this stuff. I don't want to give up on trick-or-treating. You know what's amazing? I got a picture sent to me, and it bothers me. I don't know why people send me pictures of people dressed up in costumes and Halloween and all this stuff. It bothers me that bad, but people still do it. And I even said, I really don't like it. You know, my thing is they're all smiling, wearing costumes. But here's the great thing. The demons love it when you smile. Because these days, the costumes are getting more and more gorier and gorier. But the thing of it is, they weren't dressed in gore. But it's the fact that they're smiling, celebrating the devil's holiday. And I know a lot of people come against that. I've had my neighbor diagonal behind me. I've actually where I'm sitting, literally, if I was to put a hole through here and go straight through my garage, straight diagonals where there are. Unbelievable. Neither one of them. Well, the one never claimed to be a Christian. He just said we had things in common because of the politician-wise and the things that I spoke. But, when you cross the line is when you say certain things over and over thinking because I'm a different person today that I'm just going to sit there and it amazes me when you get these people that walk around with their shirts off thinking you're intimidated by their size and that kind of stuff. I'm not, you don't know nothing about me. I studied pressure points. I've studied different ways of fighting. Not saying that I'm not out there to prove anything to anybody. But I know how to handle myself. And that's what kills me because they want to show size and be disrespectful. I don't care if you beat my butt up and down the street. But I'm sick of the disrespect. You call yourself a friend, you call yourself this, but then you cross lines and be disrespectful. there's a fine line that we walk in life, and when you cross it with me, I just write that person out of my life because I don't want to go into evil. I don't want to go into thoughts. And um, I tell people all the I mean, how many times on these videos, if you heard me say, even if I won a fight, I lost it. These days, I have no desire to go out and fight anybody. I don't really care. I'd sing, I mean, if I got to defend myself, then yes, I got to defend my family. Yes, I'll die doing it. But don't cross the line. And they did, both of them, cross the line. So I don't have nothing to say to them today. Even if I see them sitting out there or out there, if I'm doing yard work or anything else, I won't even look over there. As soon as I see them, I don't look back there. Most of the time, I'll just go back. I stop what I'm doing. I'll go back in the house. Don't care. I just I don't have time for Satan's tricks and schemes. That's how we should be. That doesn't mean I don't pray for them. Doesn't mean I don't pray for this neighborhood. Doesn't mean I don't pray for the protection of this neighborhood. I got a school straight right in front of me this way. If you look at that window, yeah, but where that window is, there's a window straight in front of me. There's a school right there, elementary school. We got the junior high, couple streets down that way, and we got the high school right across the street behind where the church is and the stores and stuff. There's a high school right there. So it's kind of convenient if you had kids and you were living here. I mean, man, and they got school buses here, so it would be awesome if you had kids and you lived in this place. Your kids are close. And junior high kids, I mean, they could just cut right through here and walk. And that street, the main street that we live off of, and people, man, they don't know the speed limit if they had to, until they hit somebody. But keep praying for this nation. Keep praying. The good thing is the House and the Senate and all that went to Republican too. So Trump shouldn't have no problems passing stuff. I mean, really, unless it's, and I pray for the Republicans that's going to be in the House and going to be in the Senate, that they look at everything really closely and not just pass stuff to pass it, but literally make sure it's going to be good for us, because that's their job. That's why we put them in there. And really, to be honest, I mean, we've had some bad people in Ohio lately doing bad things and out with the old, in with the new. I look back at this year and it's gone fast. I look back during the summer what I was doing compared to what I'm doing now. Well, now that was last year. I'm sorry. See, look how fast it was. This year I've been driving, and this whole year been at the same place. It's amazing. But I also prayed for this job, and I also asked the Lord to make our finances stable for a bit. Do I feel bad about closing the business down? Sometimes. Sometimes I wish I would have went into a different direction. I should have took a night job doing like I used to do to get the business going. I was actually looking at a couple places, and sometimes you got to sacrifice. I mean, you really got to sacrifice to do what your dreams are. And I just gave up on it. I was like, do I miss being home every day? Yes. Do I like the open roads and stuff? I didn't mind the long distance, but then there's times that I didn't like being out as long as I was out. But right now, God has me where He wants me. Do I feel like I should be doing something else? Yes. I've been feeling like this for years. Last 3 years. This will be going into year number 4. So I don't know. I believe God's showing me open doors in January. It's starting the new year. I'm not saying something's going to change in January, but I believe He's showing me that He's got a change coming for me. So I'm excited to see what this is going to be. I know that times that I disappoint God. I know there's times I disappoint Jesus. I know there's times that I come on here and people don't agree with the things I talk about. But my thing is, giving you life. I'm giving you real life, not these sitcoms that are full of evil. Look at all these sitcoms. Think about it. You know, you look at Charlie Sheen. You look at Scott Baio. You look at, which was Happy Days. You look at all these stars that in these sitcoms that Wicked took place. You look at Greg Brady, Barry Williams, I believe is his name, that came out and was talking about the set on the Brady Bunch. He said pretty much everybody hooked up with everybody. Then you find out the dad was gay, and then they got him out of there. But I was told, and I don't know if it's true or not, I never really looked it up, but I was told the person that played Alice was actually a guy. If that's true, I mean, there was always something kind of weird about Alice anyways, but I'm thinking, I didn't really, I was young, so I really didn't pay that much attention to that kind of stuff. But today when I think back, I go, it might actually be true. So I was going to look up the person that played Alice in the Brady Bunch and see what the person's name was. These days, you can't really say that either because they identify, and when they're identifying as a girl, they become Caitlyn Jenner. I wonder if Caitlyn Jenner ever thinks back about Bruce, what the inspiration that guy was. Bruce Jenner actually got me into running. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be fast like him. I wanted to be able to, he was, I seen him on Wheaties boxes when I was growing up, and I was like, wow. And then he crushed my dreams by doing what he did. That's why we can't idolize people, because they're going to disappoint you. You look at this Diddy stuff. You look with he's having sex with dolls and kids and sex trafficking. Kamala was seen with pictures of it. Donald Trump said that he liked Diddy. He's a good businessman. Well, did Donald Trump know everything was there? But Kamala sure did, because they show pictures of her in a bra and stuff with these people. Same thing with Oprah Winfrey. You look at Tom Cruise, you look at all these people, Ashton Kutcher, LeBron James. I mean, I was shocked to see that stuff with LeBron. LeBron saying that Diddy made him do it. That could be. But just like Justin Bieber, I said the same thing. It happened once, buddy. You don't go back. I was proud of LeBron when people were going against him, and when he's leaving high school, he should be going to college and getting a college degree. He's got so much. What do they call that? Endorsements. People were paying him, I guess, Nike and all that stuff, millions of dollars. It didn't. He could go to college, blow out his knee, and lost everything. But maybe if he was a godly man and that happened, then you would have to say, hey, that's what God had in store for you. That's how I believe it. Whatever my timeline is, wherever I'm at, I'm right where God wants me. Today, I'm right here doing this video instead of driving down the road. And somebody asked me, hey, Nelson, why is it that the last few videos, when you're in the truck, if you're driving, it's because of what the company's rules are. My thing is, I'm not breaking the rules. It's one touch. One touch rule is what our guidelines are, and that's exactly what I do. I start the camera before I'm moving, and I one touch it, and it goes off. So actually, I'm only doing one touch to turn it off. But they don't want to see and I know what they're thinking is if something happens and you're on camera, it can come back to bite you. But I also want to tell you, we got a camera in our truck that faces outward and inwards. I'm told they still could pull footage off of those even if they're turned on or not on. Just like I had a company tell me that they have inward cameras, they go off as soon as you turn them off, but you could put a piece of paper or a piece of tape over there if you like, or a hat over it at nighttime. Why are you telling me that then? Because if the truck's bumped, it could do this and this. Well, we have them in the truck, but we can't turn them on whenever we want. That is not true. They can turn them cameras on whenever they want. They can see exactly what you're doing anytime they want to see what you're doing within inward cameras in a truck. It's the company that turns them off. The company that made the manufacturer of the cameras do not. Whatever code you put in there, whatever they put in there, it's like a governor on a truck. Kenworth, Freightliner, International Trucks, Western Star, Mack, Volvo, they don't put governors on the truck. The company does. Your company. And what they say is you mess around too much, and that's why they start having transmission problems and all these problems with these trucks, because they alter things they're not supposed to. Just like we're not supposed to alter our bodies. We're not supposed to be putting piercings and all these things on there. But you're seeing kids more and more now. You're seeing the tattoos come up their neck. You're seeing tattoos all over them. Why? Because that's the only thing they can control. They feel good about themselves to put the tattoos, but I question the tattoos if they're putting the beast, they're putting these tigers, these lions, they're putting cougars, they're putting cheetahs, they're putting all these damn things on there. Why? Because they're beastly animals. Lucifer is a beast. They're putting the piercings, they're putting the spikes coming out there, they're putting the bull ring in there. It's like putting the rein in a horse's mouth and pulling on it. It knows what direction to go because that metal lodges in, and naturally, what do you think they're going to do? Turn. What do you think the nose ring represents? You're demonic. Pierce the eyes, put the nose ring in. So I'm doing the Marilyn Monroe thing. Are you kidding? You're even naming the stupid thing. I heard this the other day. Oh, it's called the Marilyn Monroe. Because she had a mole or something. Right. They said, well, Marilyn Monroe killed herself. Did she? Do you really believe that? I don't. I believe somebody killed her. Because she knew too much. John F. Kennedy. They said he was assassinated by one man. Then they proved it was two different men. And the person that took the fall for it might not even be the man that shot. Actually, the bullet hit JFK. Is JFK truly dead? Some people say no. Fake the death, or we're taking you out. Because again, Kennedy knew too much. Michael Jackson. I don't believe he's dead. I believe that video they showed with him, with that person in there with the blonde head, and you see Janet and his daughter walking across the stage, and all of a sudden she looks down at his phone, and that person had a phone in their hand. And all of a sudden they looked down and Janet hurried up and got her off the stage. Michael Jackson's been known to put costumes on, old people costumes, and go through there and walk around. And people didn't know it was him. So it didn't surprise me. But if you looked at the facial of that person sitting there, it was identical to Michael Jackson. It's Bob Joyce, and people are saying it's Elvis. I agree. I don't disagree. And then all of a sudden he's trying to sing in a different voice, but it comes right back to that Elvis voice. The way he tugs on his left ear, rub his left ear. Elvis used to do that when he was nervous and stuff. The way he holds his hand a certain way, certain songs that he would do. Bob did the same thing. Is it a coincidence? But, to be honest, I really don't care. I don't have time to sit there and think about if somebody's dead, somebody's alive, because how much time are we wasting instead of giving it to God? How much time? How much time do you spend praying for the things that are going wrong in your life? Or how many of you are demanding God to fix something or do something? When I say demanding, because you're not following him, so now you're demanding him. You may disagree or agree. I don't care. It's your rights. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to say. I've had too many people with hate and everything else, and that's your right. But be careful walking in hate, because it leads to a demonic realm. I thought I heard somebody knocking at the door. It's Jesus. He's knocking. Come let me in. I'm going home. Bye, people. Bye-bye. You're never going to hear me say, hold on, Jesus. I got to finish this video. Well, this video is not only just talk about the election and prayer and pray for your family. I do pray for you guys' family. And I'm very appreciative the ones that been sticking through there. Some of my, I heard back from a lot of people. I mean, it's okay. It's time to move on. They moved on. They went to better things in life. Good for you. I just hope you're following God, and I hope you're in a godly place and you're doing well, all of you. But I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what's coming. Good friend of mine. Very good friend. And I want to introduce him to you. And he's got a special name. I love his name. And let me welcome him on. Hold on. Hold on now. He's a little shy at first, so. Oh, I don't know. I'm having a little bit of difficulties getting him to want to come on here. So, but anyways, gosh, practically falling out of the chair. So, a good friend of mine, he decided he was going to get out of the shyness for a minute. But some people called me this for a long time. And like I said, there was only a group of people that ever called me Nell. So I figured, why not give my friend here and call him Nell. He's here. So we're going to be doing some of the, I don't know if you can see his nice, cool little outfit. He's got a little chain wallet on. Look at that. And he's got this sporty little shoes going on here. Nice little shirt there going on there. Although, sometimes I have blue eyes. But I think the hair kind of matches. Well, yeah, what do you guys think? You think it's great, isn't it? Do I look good? Okay. Hi there. I'm going to be doing some videos soon, and I hope you all enjoy them. It's going to teach you and your kids how to love Jesus and what Jesus did for us, and about Noah and all kinds of interesting things. Yes. Am I done now? Can I go back over to my chair? Okay. So, he too comes with a friend, but you're going to have to wait. And a couple more of the friends, CG and Georgie, also will be a part of it. So I'm excited. I really am. I'm truly excited to do some of these videos for the kids, and hopefully they'll enjoy them. Hopefully they'll enjoy them like some of you enjoyed just tuning in. And I question sometimes, why do you do it? No, I'm just kidding. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the support. I mean, I just read, and I do apologize. I'm sorry. I don't remember. I just went on there real quick. I went to look at something to see what video the person commented on. I was trying to find that comment, and I seen somebody. I really, to be honest, I don't remember who said it. I just know somebody says, I'm looking forward to the next video. This probably might not be the next video you're looking forward to, but maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe you like it when I just speak from the heart and just give my actual views on life and where we're at. I'm looking forward to Christ's return, honestly, and so I don't know. Due back to work tomorrow, and I got a lot of things to get done today. So thank you guys for spending some time with me. God bless you guys. May God fulfill your dreams. May you never give up on your dreams. Kids that are in school, even adults. Don't give up. Don't settle. Settling is not of God. But God will give you truly what his plans are for you if you just seek him. And some of you I haven't got back with yet on your thoughts of feeling like, kind of like I do. You feel like you're in the wrong place. Maybe you are, but maybe you're not. I'm going to go back and find that video so I can comment and ask permission. But the person may go, oh, that's me. And if it is, you're going to save me the time by just saying, yeah, go ahead and do a video. Because for me to try to explain it, you're not probably going to understand it anyways. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Plus, you're probably also helping other people that may be feeling the same way you are. Because I'm feeling it every day. I keep praying to God to open the door that He wants me in and provide what needs to be provided. I don't worry about my finances. I don't worry about food. I don't worry about housing. I don't worry about any of that because I know He will provide because that's His promise. He takes really good care of us. He really does. And His Son, the Lord Jesus Christ, is the true loving shepherd and the true loving friend and king that He is. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling you this. And I truly mean that. So, take a look back at your year. Take a look back at the last 3 years to where we are today. And look at how much things have changed. Look how many times you might have complained about putting gas in your car, or I can't afford groceries now because it just cost me $160 to fill up my tank. But are you thankful that you was able to fill up your tank and then go get food too? I am. I truly am. I don't deserve the things I go through, but I don't think I deserve either as much as God's favor that He's given me. So, God bless you. I was going to show you guys the toy room. I might be able to do it later on today. But I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to. Honestly, I know a lot of people's been giving the thumbs up, and it's helping get this video across things. And I know I tell you guys how many people's watching, where everybody's watching. And I'm not trying to get people in the United States to watch the videos. It's not about that. I just thought maybe you guys would like to know because you're part of this channel to me. If you don't want to know, then I won't tell you. Just somebody comment and say, hey, we don't really care about that. Just get with Jesus, what Jesus is saying, and the prophetic word. And He has given me quite a bit this last few weeks. So I just got to figure out how to get it on a video where it's going to make sense. Because how it makes sense to me might not make sense to you. And I want everybody to be able to get truly what God has. So that being said, God bless you guys. I love you. Appreciate you. I thank you for standing by me when there's only a few people that I know that ever have. And I'm grateful that even the ones that come with warnings that think they're doing great, I don't care. I'm not mad at you. I'm not pure bride. I'm talking about you. I'm not mad at you. I love you. I appreciate your concern. I really do. I was just trying to give you different ways to look at the Bible about adultery and all that. I know what it is. I mean, come on. I mean, think about it. Everybody, somewhere down the line, I don't care. You can't say that you've never had a thought about something or think about it and you're with somebody else. That's adultery. Jesus says then you think about it, then you have committed to sin, whether you did it or didn't do it, because of the actions that you do. So that's why it's best to keep our minds in the same place with our hearts. It's best to keep it there. And sometimes it means just turning people off. That's it. You don't have them part of your life no more. If they cross a boundary, then you just get rid of them. But it has to be the boundary that is okay with Jesus. It can't be your boundary. You understand what I'm saying? If not, let me know. Love you. Till the next one.